Alrighty then, folks. Do bear with me a moment here. As we go forth, get things over here, we go forth and... But yeah, they actually put out a very interesting one here. There we go. Actually, it's at number 18. Okay. Yep. But yeah, here's basically what we've been looking at. Born of a Netchman's wife, destined to merge with the simulacrum of his mother and blended in all the arts of the star-mooned East, pretty much ended up becoming the union of male and female, the magic hermaphrodite, the martial axiom, the sixth death of language, and unique in all the middle world. That is Vivek. Yes, there is a lot of that here. Anyways, enough rambling. ESO. Hope everybody's doing alright.
Let's drink to the ladies.
I'm not used to being ashore. All this stability makes me queasy.
Off with you, fish breath!
You there. Wait for a moment, if you would. Pardon the interruption. I've been looking for you. Not me, but I have something for you. A letter. Confidential. Private. I have it here somewhere. Ah, yes. Here it is. Interesting. I'm also supposed to extend a verbal invitation to visit the lighthouse. Odd that they didn't just put that in the letter. Yes, the Anvil Lighthouse, just up the way. The sender ordered me to direct you there after I handed over the letter. I'm glad I found you. After looking for the woman with the eye patch all day, Emily Crow? Do you know her? I gave her a letter right there on the Anvil docks. I have no idea where she went in such a hurry, but she seemed excited to receive it. Farewell. Come closer and let me look into your eyes. No remorse, no mercy. Yes, you do have the eyes of a killer. How many lives ended looking into those eyes? I am a speaker for the Dark Brotherhood. I speak with the voice of the Night Mother. I act with the hands of our dread father, Sithis. As well you should. I am certain you have questions, but first, we must determine if you are worthy of joining the Dark Brotherhood. You take lives easily and without hesitation. We know that you can kill. Now show us that you can also obey. Splendid. We shall see how well you marry business with death. But first, allow me to present you with a gift. I shall teach you how to call upon a particular tool of our trade. A tool for dealing death, of course. One forged by unseen hands. The Blade of Woe. In return, I expect only unwavering loyalty and ruthless efficiency. The Imperial noble, Lord Quintus Gerol, has been marked for death by the Black Sacrament. Your task is simple. Find Gerol and kill him. That isn't a question we ask. Suffice to say, he offended someone enough to get them to perform the Black Sacrament. Excellent. The noble's estate can be found northwest of Anvil along the Gold Road. How you perform the execution is up to you. Just make sure Lord Quintus Gerol dies by your hand. The wise traveler asks for directions before the path diverges. Never hesitate to rely on your fellow Brotherhood members once you complete your initiation. I assume you want to know what awaits you at the noble's estate? Killing requires few special skills, but reaching your target? That's the real task, isn't it? High walls, locked gates, and armed patrols protect the estate. There is another way to reach the estate grounds, if you're interested. A series of smuggler tunnels runs beneath the Withered Rose and leads directly to the estate's courtyard. That's the route I would take. And don't forget to bring lockpicks. Gerol is a cautious man. He never leaves a door unlocked behind him. The Withered Rose? A small hostel outside the city.
chance to sneak around? You're spoiling me. This is my favorite part. Oh, come on. You brought the right Khajiit for the job.
appreciate you providing a safe place for our meeting, but couldn't you have straightened up a bit before we got here?
My apologies, Governor Fortunata. But there's no safer place south of Varen's Wall than right here. Vermin not...
That's no way to speak to your betters, Count Carolus. Speaking of which, when are you going to finally turn Kvatch over to a proper ruler? Your people deserve so much greater than you.
My lord and lady, please. We have a more pressing concern, and it affects us all.
Careful, Quintus. I won't be spoken to in such a manner. But you're right. The Dark Brotherhood grows stronger and threatens everything we've built here.
I love snooping around places.
I forgot to mention, Primate Artorius sends his regrets, but Cathedral business forced him to remain in Kvatch. He indicated...
You let that glorified priest walk all over Kvatch, Count Carolus.
I govern, while Artorius handles spiritual matters and the Cathedral's defenders, the Order of the Hour. I have allowed them to patrol Kvatch until the murderer is apprehended.
Haven't the last few murder victims been suspected members of the Dark Brotherhood? Perhaps if we do nothing, this murderer will solve our problem for us.
I refuse to allow a vigilante to freely stalk the streets of my city. That is why I allowed Artorius to expand the Order of the Hour's authority.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think you and Artorius were building a team. Should I be worried, my dear Count?
That was sloppy. That was freaking sloppy.
Count Carolus, can we at least get your assurance that the Order will return to the Cathedral once this threat is resolved?
And why should I trust either of them, Quintus? What good is their word when I find the Order at Anvil's walls?
That won't happen, Fortunata. We're not as ambitious and ruthless as you.
Despite his holy station, Artorius is a man. He has the same needs and desires as any other.
Lord Quintus, intruders have penetrated the estate. We need to move the three of you immediately.
Don't be alarmed, my friends. We prepared for any contingency. Commander, secure
Secure the halls. Make sure no one follows us.
Of course, my lord. We'll find the intruders.
A chance to sneak around? You're spoiling me. Waiting to try this spell out. We're dangerous, huh?
Show yourself, assassin. Or are you another one of those Brotherhood cowards who prefers to strike from the shadows?
I love snooping around places I don't belong. Up we go!
We know that Quintus Gerol is dead. The Brotherhood has eyes everywhere. You have done well. The Covenant is sealed, signed in blood. Welcome to the family, brother. We have been watching you for a long time. Killing the nobles simply sealed our covenant. Now you need to meet your brothers and sisters. I will send you to a sanctuary, a safe house of sorts, a home, as well as a source of additional contracts. Not far. It's the reason I summoned you to the Gold Coast. There is much work to accomplish here, and you will be a part of that. Your new home lies to the north, hidden beneath Varen's wall. Go there, and attempt to open the Black Door. The Black Door will pose a question. What is the flavor of fear? Reply, sublime, my brother, and the sanctuary shall be open to you. Once inside, seek out Astara. She has additional instructions for you. Of course, since the formation of the Dark Brotherhood, our shadow has stretched across the entirety of Tamriel. Not every sanctuary has flourished, however, and our grip isn't as secure as we'd like in certain parts of the world. Not that it concerns you, but Vardenfell continues to be a source of irritation. I am the voice of the Night Mother, the Black Hand. Just a little business I had to attend to. I do like to keep my dagger sharp, as it were. The Brotherhood isn't that petty, but we do have certain obligations to uphold.
You must be the new initiate. The speaker sent word that you were on your way. I'm the matron of this sanctuary. Obey me without question, and I'm certain we'll get along just fine. And this is for you, Shrouded Armor, the uniform of the Dark Brotherhood. You're one of the family now. You might as well look the part. And since you showed such expertise with the Blade of Woe, take this as well. I expect great things, Initiate. We are all brothers and sisters, children of the Night Mother and our dread father. Even lone assassins need a family. Introduce yourself to the others. They can provide advice and information, even support for your more challenging contracts. Eager, are you? That's good. Then go and talk to Elam Drawls. He handles lesser contracts for the new initiates. Prove yourself to him, and more interesting assignments will follow. Welcome to the family. Explore the sanctuary. Meet the others. At least the ones currently at home. I believe Green Venom Tongue, Kor, Hildegard, Mirabelle, Simbar, and Tannic are available. When you're done, Elam should have a new task for you to accomplish. The past isn't something we talk about here. No one joins the Brotherhood and immediately steps into a position of power. That's not how we do things. The Sanctuary has always been my home in the Brotherhood, if that's what you're asking. I've seen the Gold Coast change over the years, but that's enough questions about me. Where did you... Oh, they were discussing that at the Noble's estate, were they? Bastards! It's true. Someone has been killing our brothers and sisters. When the hunters become the hunted, it's like the world has gone askew. We're investigating the matter. It's not unusual for our pasts to catch up with us, and it's not true. Few have the audacity to openly oppose us, but there are many who would love to see the Brotherhood abolished. A little ambition is good for the soul, but only a little. We'll trust you with more difficult contracts.
Ah, I heard we had a new initiate on the premises. I was just checking my notes and realized the details concerning you are sorely lacking. We'll need to rectify that before too long. She did. Interesting. I wonder what she's planning this time. Well, I'm certain everything will become clear, eventually. Even you, I suppose. Aren't you familiar with the cherished Black Marsh custom? Consuming various venomous concoctions to bolster our natural immunity? I drank so much my tongue turned green. Ha! The new initiates fall for that every time. And you as well, Initiate. I look forward to interviewing you at length when you have some time. For my journals, of course. I keep meticulous records. I'll help you, you'll help me. Isn't that what the Bretons call a win-win? What more could you possibly need to know? I am a Shadow Scale. My life begins and ends with the Dark Brotherhood. I could have sworn I explained this before. Let me check my notes. Well, like other Argonians born under the sign of the Shadow, I was taken upon hatching and trained to be an assassin. That makes me a good killer. What an intriguing inquiry. Attempting to ascertain if I actually like it here, or something more subtle. Well, like or dislike is meaningless. I serve the matron as I served my former sanctuary, and as I served Black Marsh when called upon. The river carries us where it will, and that's all I prefer to say about that at this time. I was there, now I am here. As are you, Initiate. Perhaps, depending upon what you mean by something and me. Rest assured, whatever musings and observations I record herein are strictly confidential. Now this one I know I've written down. Study the 5 tenets. Learn them, memorize them, live them. There's a copy in the sanctuary, someplace. I'd let you look at this one, but I don't let anybody read my journals. That would be inadvisable. Such a curious mind. Then listen carefully, Initiate. Contracts must be taken seriously. Always obey the matron's instructions to the letter, and don't get yourself killed. Though that probably goes without saying.
So you're the new initiate. You're certainly cuter than the last one. And why wouldn't she, darling? I am her favorite after all. As a matter of fact, I'm everyone's favorite. I'm sure you'll agree soon enough. Anyway, it's a pleasure to meet you. May the Night Mother forever hold you in her cold and loving embrace. Forward. Believe me, this is my shy and unimposing side. After all, we wouldn't want to give my beloved Simbar the wrong idea, would we? Find me later, and I'll show you what forward really looks like. Oh, you really are too easy, my darling. I'm just having fun with you. I suppose I get that from my family heritage. The Motiers are rich, powerful, and blessed with good looks. And a wicked sense of humor. Just play along and enjoy. Oh, there's nothing noble about my family. But I left that all behind. You shouldn't know anything, darling. We're a secret organization, after all. I suppose I can tell you that we serve the Night Mother. Her cold embrace binds us together. Never dishonor her. Our contracts aren't mere tasks. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. These words, as part of the complex ritual, form the Black Sacrament, the means by which those in need pray to the Night Mother. Our mother hears the prayer and whispers to the listener. The listener sends a speaker to arrange the details and create the contract. Then the speaker selects an assassin to carry out our mother's will. It's more than just a job. It's a calling. This just got much too serious for my taste, darling. Let's talk about something, oh, I don't know, more decadent. Like how I'd be nibbling on your ear if Simbar wasn't here. He's watching, isn't he? Maybe a little nibble is in order, A few. The Speaker sends new initiates to the Sanctuary every so often. New blood, you understand. Before you, there was a charming young lad from Glenumbra. Van something, I believe. A shame, really. He was too scrumptious to die so soon. Mind your tongue, Initiate. We're the murderers, not the victims here. But I suppose the circumstances were somewhat unusual? Someone left Van pinned to the wall of the inn in Kvatch, held up with multiple daggers. When I find the villain... You don't hunt the hunters. The Brotherhood hunts you. Anything else is a crime against the natural order. But enough of this dark talk. We're just working ourselves into a tizzy. I'd much rather get excited about something more enticing.
I've got more bounties on my head than anyone else in the sanctuary.
Time to introduce ourselves to our fellow killers some more.
So you're the new recruit, huh? No, don't tell me your name. I'll, just call you New Blade. It's easier to remember, and, it's not like I'm gonna know you for very long. Yes, New Blade. That's so much better.
Why don't you think I'll be around for long?
Oh, I didn't mean to offend you. I just believe in full disclosure. We've lost an initiate and a fully trained assassin recently. Mirabelle's in denial, but I know what's happening. Someone's hunting the Brotherhood, and you make a tempting target.
Very good.
Trying to pull off the spooky thing? Not bad, but your technique needs a little work. I'm sure you just need some more practice. Anyway, stay sharp out there, New Blade. We're not the only scary things lurking in the shadows anymore.
So, what's your story?
Oh, it's a long and sordid tale, full of romance and daring do. Or if you prefer the short version, I was apprenticed to a smith in Sentinel. Loved the trade, hated my master. He liked to hammer more than just metal. When I had enough, I killed him.
And, that's how you came?
Oh no, that was just the beginning of my story. I was young and stupid back then. I ran, but apparently not far or fast enough. Got to spend some quality time in a Hammerfell dungeon for my actions. 8 years, if I recall correctly.
Sounds terrible.
Well, it wasn't sunshine and camel milk, but I survived. Met some people, learned some lessons. When one of the guards got slumpy, I was ready to act. Simple as that. Of course, my old life was over, but at least I was free.
How'd you wind up there?
To make a living. I was branded as a killer, so killing was what I did. Worked for the crime boss Bashira for a while. Then I had a visit one night. The speaker scared the piss out of me, but I couldn't refuse his generous offer.
Yep, he does make a good Godfather impression. Anything else I should know about the Hood?
The Dark Brotherhood has been good to me. They taught me to focus my anger, to let the Dread Father work through me. I have a home, an income, and a set of rules to live by. Life makes sense to me here in the Sanctuary.
Rules?
Oh, New Blade, there are always rules. The trick is to learn what they are before you get your hand caught in the sweet roll box. It's all about the 5 tenets. I'm sure there's a book about them somewhere in the sanctuary.
Tell me more about those murders.
Dorisa and Van. One was an experienced assassin who knew her business. The other was a raw recruit with hardly any blood on his blade. Kinda like you, new blade. It could have been coincidence, but I think they were targeted by the same killer.
What makes you think they're connected?
Just a feeling, I guess. And the way they were left for all the world to see. Someone was proud of their work and wanted everyone to know it. And it had to be a professional. Dorisa was too good to be taken down by an amateur.
Have you shared your suspicions?
Matron Astara tells us what to think, not the other way around. But yes, we've talked about this. All we can do is stay alert and try to figure out who's behind the murders. Until then, we're just jumping at shadows. Very dangerous shadows.
The Black Hand!
It's all right, little one. Just a new smell. Your new brother or sister must be here. Do you want to meet them? Come on now, Hilda. Don't be shy. Sorry, she can be skittish around strangers. New brother! Welcome, welcome! If there's anything you need, anything at all, you come to me, yes?
Matron suggested I meet the rest of the family.
Of course! It's important to get to know everyone. You're part of the family now. And family helps each other. It's what we do.
Why is the werewolf in the cage?
Oh, that's not a werewolf. Well, I guess it is. But it's also little Hildegard. She's really sweet. But you'll need to say hello later. She still doesn't have the hang of controlling her transformations.
Well, Hildegard sounds like she's got an interesting story.
Hildegard is like the little sister I never had, but her true family was awful. They drank the blood of werebeasts. It's a dangerous practice, but not entirely unheard of in Nordlands. They even forced their children to participate.
Is that how Hildegard was blessed with Hersene's gift?
We assume so. But as to why she can't control her transformations, that remains a mystery. She lost control one day, and hurt another member of the tribe. They cursed her and she ran away. I found her later. She was confused, alone, nearly mad.
You're lucky she didn't try to attack you.
I'm a skilled hunter. Taming animals is almost second nature to me. It took time, but she came to trust me. Accepted me as a big brother. Before that happened, though, she nearly tore my face off. See? I still have the scar.
Tell me more about yourself, Cor.
I always liked to hunt and fight. I became a soldier, but that turned out to be more about waiting around than actual battle. So I sold my sword as a mercenary, made some enemies, and soon found out that other sellswords were being paid to kill me.
Looks like you came out on top.
Indeed I did. Kept a low profile in town, spent most of my time in the wilderness. I almost decided to stop running, and then I found little Hilda. She became my reason to go on living.
How did two Nords end up in a Brotherhood sanctuary in Gold Coast?
Well, you know, there are some things we just don't talk about in public. I hope you understand. I will tell you that we love it here. We're part of the best family in the whole world. And we're glad to have you with us. I'm sure Hilda agrees.
The 5 tenets with annotations by Speaker Tyrannus. Brothers and sisters, we are predators, but we are not animals. We bow to no law or nation or alliance, but we have rules and morals. Break or neglect to follow these tenets at your own peril. Expulsion from the Brotherhood is the least of the punishments awaiting such reprehensible traitors.
I have a lot of stories, but my hand cramps after the first few lines of writing, and I usually get hungry or bored and abandon the project altogether.
Break one of the or neglect to follow one of these tenets at your own peril. Expulsion from the Brotherhood is the least of the punishments awaiting such reprehensible traitors. Obey these 5 tenets, and your devotion shall never come into question. Tenet 1. Never dishonor the Night Mother. To do so is to invoke the wrath of Sithis. Revere the Night Mother, for our unholy matron serves as the source of our contracts, the lifeblood of the Brotherhood. Tenet 2. Never betray the Dark Brotherhood or its secrets. To do so is to invoke the wrath of Sithis. We thrive in the shadows. To cast light on those shadows is a blasphemy before Sithis and the Night Mother. Tenet 3. Never disobey or refuse to carry out an order from a Dark Brotherhood superior. To do so is to invoke the wrath of Sithis. To listen and to obey, the very first lesson taught to every member of the Brotherhood. Tenet 4. Never steal the possessions of a Dark Brother or Dark Sister. To do so is to invoke the wrath of Sithis. To steal from a brother or sister is to steal from the Night Mother. Sithis hates such thieves. Tenet 5. Never kill a Dark Brother or Dark Sister. To do so is to invoke the wrath of Sithis. We are family, and family doesn't murder family. Unless a member has been cast out, his or her life is as sacred as your own. Know that it is not your kin who come to judge you, should you fail to uphold this compact. Remember the story of the Wraith, told to every new initiate. This is more than mere fable. The wrath of Sithis is real, and he sends his wraith to punish any brother or sister who breaks the tenets. Gold Coast notables. Starting with Fortunata Abdugal, a one-time pirate queen, started out as a minor functionary in the Gold Coast Trading Company before her skills and ambitions earned her a place among the merchant lords at the top of the organization. But that was not enough for Fortunata. She set sail for an extended trade mission. When she returned, she was at the head of an armada of pirate vessels as the wildly popular queen of the Red Sails pirates. She easily seized control of Anvil and proclaimed herself provincial governor of the city. Now Fortunata rules Anvil with an iron fist wrapped in a velvet glove. No one dares challenge her rule due to her own strong personality and demonstrated fighting skills. And because there's always at least a dozen heavily armed pirates at her beck and call, not to mention her personal rat master, who brings her secrets like a lover brings gifts. Her ambitions exceed the borders of the port city, however, and she's already declared that the entire Gold Coast is under her control. Not quite true, but appears it soon will be. Count Carolus Aquilarios, the Wolf of Kvatch, nephew of late Emperor Varen Aquilarios. He served his city and defended it ever since Varen marched off to war. He may be the only true good person among the movers and shakers of the Gold Coast. He's a man of faith and conviction, honorable and proud of his heritage. I also find him to be extremely dull. He doesn't like Fortunata though, and has so far been able to keep her pirates out of Kvatch. He has an unholy and easy alliance with the Cathedral of Akatosh, which dominates not only his city's skyline but serves as its spiritual conscience as well. In fact, he recently granted the Cathedral's protectors the Order of the Hour expanded rights and duties to supplement the efforts of the Kvatch Guard. He could prove to be the powerful opponent of the Brotherhood if he weren't mired in politics and just keeping the city safe from those who would like to carve it up like a festival goose. Primin Artorius Ponticus, head of the Akatosh faith and leader of the Great Cathedral, presents an interesting and complicated man. He practically burns with religious fervor and truly believes that Akatosh guides and supports his efforts. He is also as ambitious in his own way as Fortunata, as demonstrated by his swift rise through the religious hierarchy. For a religious man, he has a surprisingly vast network of spies and informants hidden throughout the Gold Coast. It is exceedingly rare for something to happen that the Primate doesn't know about. He is supported by Grand Chanter Surus and Grand Sermonizer Phithia, as well as Warrior Priest of the Order of the Hour. If Artorius were ever to turn his faithful followers against us, they might be powerful enough to threaten the Brotherhood. Not that I think that scenario is likely. Other notables include Lord Quintus Gerald, Commander Martus Scipio of the Order of the Hour, Lord Hawthorpe Brennan of the Gold Coast Trading Company, and a visitor to our lands who thought he'd go unnoticed, Razem Dar of the Queen's Eyes. Reports on these potential threats, targets, or allies will be on your desk shortly.
Well met, brother. I coordinate our family's more mundane contracts. I suggest you get used to this face, because you're going to be seeing a lot of me.
The star said I should speak with you.
Did she now? Are you sure that's what she told you to do? Wouldn't want you to get in trouble your first day in the sanctuary. Now that you're here, we might as well discuss your training.
My training?
Don't repeat what I say. It annoys me. Now, where was I? Oh yes, your training. Complete a contract, receive a reward. Prove yourself, and more significant contracts will be made available to you. It's simple, really.
Sí, comprendo.
I don't expect you to last a week, but as long as you're still here. Ready for your first contract, Initiate? Not everyone appeals to the Dark Brotherhood through
the girl on her toes. You're getting stronger all the time.
Are you ready for your first contract?
Bear with me. Alrighty then. I hate to have to cut around here, folks. But I think it's time for me to call it an evening here. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe if you're catching this VOD style. If you're hitting the and also head over to twitch.tv/BiafraRepublic and give a follow there. But from yours truly, Biafra Republic here. See y'all next time with some wonderful, wonderful content.